Hello, my name is Joseph Mazzo. I'm a business management major at Bloomsburg University, and this is my presentation on the debate over the Iran nuclear deal. I originally wanted to get into this subject because of my interest in world politics and knowing how different nations deal with different issues. So a quick overview of the subject. The Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, otherwise known as the Iran Nuclear Deal or the Iran Deal, is a 15 to 25-year agreement reached at the summit in Vienna on the 14th of July 2015 between Iran's government, the P5+1, and the European Union. Iran's government agreed to shut down thousands of centrifuges and extort almost all their bomb-making material. In addition, Iran allowed a strict monitoring regime to gain access and inspect sites suspected of nuclear weapons-related activities. The JCPOA was mainly constructed in order to curb Iran's nuclear program to ensure a longer period of peace within the Middle East. In return, the UN, as well as the US, assured the Iranian government that sanctions on technology, trade, finance, and energy would be lifted. So, into the proponents of the deal, the people who supported it within the US government, would be the Obama administration, uh, who was in charge at the time of this deal being made. The deal was officially sealed under President Barack Obama in July of 2015. The reasoning for the Obama administration signing the deal lies in the fact that the United States allies within the P5+1, which included countries like China, France, Russia, United Kingdom, Germany, they all agreed to sign this deal. So the Obama administration also explained how they put their trust in the International Atomic Energy Agency, which was the regime in charge of inspecting Iran's nuclear program. Now, going forward into the opponents of the deal within the U.S. government, it would definitely have to be the Trump administration, which is the new administration that just came into power this past election in 2016. So on May 8th, 2018, President Donald Trump announced the United States sanctions on Iran would be reimposed, leaving other countries scrambling to keep the agreement intact since the United States has a very big influence on the deal itself. The administration's main reason for breaching the agreement was because of the deal not ensuring complete peace within the Middle East. They stem this reasoning from the fact that the pact doesn't entirely stop the Iranian government from pursuing a ballistic missile program after the restrictions within the deal expire. Now, the Trump administration also dislikes the fact that Iran's interests with such nuclear power goes against the United States and their allies, since Iran's government has been known to threaten Israel, one of the allies, one of the closer allies to the United States, and support Hezbollah, which is a powerful Lebanese militia and political group that spread their influence throughout the region, including countries like Iraq and countries along that area. And going on to the benefits of the Iran deal. So, one main benefit would be that the world economy and world peace improves. So with the removal of the sanctions on the Iranian government, the economic possibilities arise from the country's oil, auto, and infrastructure markets. So the international investors can now get involved with Iran's market due to the lifted sanctions, which would ultimately grow the GDP within the country. And former President Barack Obama, along with this, did state in several press interviews that the deal will decrease tensions within the Middle East due to his perspective of it, and it will also make the world a safer place, especially the Middle East. Now, going on to the main concerns of the deal, would be the fact that how trustworthy is Iran's government? Can we trust them with such power, giving them the ability to have a strong economy and also be able to produce ballistic missiles or have a nuclear program, knowing the capability? So even though Iran agreed to submit key information to the IAEA about their nuclear program, their transparency is still up for debate. due to the fact that they have been known to have history of hiding WMDs or weapons of mass destruction from the UN and the US. And that is due, you can see the evidence in that from the sanctions that were originally imposed by both the UN and the US because they were afraid of Iran's power and their growing power within that nuclear weapons or nuclear program realm. So going on, the Israeli leader, Netanyahu, states that the deal paves Israel's path to the bomb because of how their financial power after the sanctions were lifted will help them fund a nuclear weapon program, especially after the restrictions in the deal expire. Now, President Trump's main reason for pulling out of the deal stems from the fact that he accuses Iran's government of supporting terrorism and that he will not be a part of a deal that gives Iran or paves them a path, the opportunity or any of the such to construct nuclear weapons, which he says could be a definite timeline for the country heading into the future. Now, to conclude this slide altogether, as we can see, that there were valid pros and cons in this debate coming from both sides, because at the end, through the views, claims, and allegations are very politically turned. You can either see a good future out of this through peace, or you can see destruction as we don't understand the trust that we have quite fully in the Iranian government. Now, another conclusion we come to is that either the deal, as I said before, is for the greater good, or it just helps jumpstart unforeseen issues. But for now, we do see that uh, the majority of the globe, especially the countries that are still in the deal, still want to keep it upheld and say that it is robust, even though the main supporter of the deal would be the United States, and the Trump administration has shown their distaste for giving Iran this type of power and giving them, especially the economic power altogether. So again, that comes up to the final conclusion there. The application of the deal does depend on world leadership. It depends who wants to support it and how much support it can get so that it can stay afloat as a robust deal that has the support to stay intact. So thank you for watching. I hope that this altogether, this presentation gave you a better understanding of the deal and the pros and cons and how it does affect our politics altogether. Thank you.